time for everyone's favorite cosplay game show, brought to you by We Are Cosplay. Live here on the main floor at C2E2 2017 is the Dynamic Duo Game. And let's introduce their host for the most, the Starship. Oh, thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here today with a game show like any other, unlike any other. It's the Dynamic Duo Game. You might be familiar with a classic game show called the Newlywed Game, but this one we get to kick it up a notch with some of your favorite dynamic duo characters from pop culture. That's right. So we're going to go down the line and we're going to meet our couples today who are going to be competing for some fabulous prizes and for all of your entertainment. That's right. We're going to start with my first couple here. This first dynamic duo, that is none other than Marty McFly and Doc. How you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing fantastic, Doc?
Doing terrific.
Excellent. I'm glad you guys got here on time. See what I did there? All right. And next up, my favorite restaurateurs is none other than Bob and Linda.
We are so excited!
Woo. Excellent, guys. Fantastic. Great to see you here. And last but not least, all the way from the zombie apocalypse, it's none other than Rick and Michonne.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. And so yes, our couples, our dynamic duos today are going to be competing for some fabulous prizes. And the way this works is first up, we're going to ask all of the ladies a question, and that means we got to send the men away because they're not going to be able to hear what they answer. And then we're going to bring the men back out, and they're going to try to match the answer that their dynamic duo partner has given about them. Not as easy as it may seem. So we're going to go ahead and have our lovely assistant, Paul, wherever he is, escort the men into the abyss, into the silent room. That's right. In space, no one can hear your partner's answers. That's true. We're going to give them a minute to exit here until we're all alone, until it's just us and the ladies. I think they are safely hidden. So we're going to kick it off with our first question for the ladies. And now you're answering what you think your partner will answer the question as. So it's a little bit of linguistic for the phrasing. I'll try to help you guys out, okay? So first up, we're going to ask Marty. So Marty, what would Doc say is your most irritating habit? Your most irritating habit?
Let me think about this.
Never refueling the DeLorean time machine. Let's see. What else? It's too much skateboarding.
I'm always late.
Always late. Very good answer. Very good answer. We're going to step around here to Linda. Linda, how's it going?
Well, thank you.
Well, so I know marriage is a tricky business, but you know, there's always at least one small little thing that can get under your partner's skin. So why don't you tell me what you think Bob would say is your most irritating habit?
He doesn't like it when I sing in front of people.
Singing in front of people. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very good answer, Linda. All right, Michonne, you're up. So out in the wasteland, there's not a whole lot of time for horseplay. But sometimes, you know, things can get under your partner's skin. I know you guys, you know, you're a very strong dynamic duo, but there's got to be at least one thing. So what would you think Rick would say is your most irritating habit?
When I put myself in front of his songs. Let's make it shorter.
Putting yourself in harm's way, or?
For him.
For him, okay, so protecting him. Okay, we'll say protecting him. Excellent, excellent. Okay, now we're going to go back down the other way for the next question. Well, I can avoid the feedback here. And so the next question is for Michonne first. So in your universe, besides yourself, who would you say is closest to your partner? So a good friend or a close comrade?
Carl.
Carl! The son Carl, good answer, good answer. I'm going to say who's left? All my friends are gone. And we got Linda. So in your universe, I know there's a lot of crazy individuals that come in and out of the restaurant, but who would you say that Bob would say he is closest to besides yourself?
Well, Bobby doesn't have a lot of friends, but I would say Teddy.
Teddy, good answer. He does eat there the most often, I would think, right? He's there in the restaurant constantly. All right, back down to Marty here at the end. So Marty, anyone in your universe, who would you say that is closest to Doc? Who is Doc's closest friend besides yourself?
Probably his dog, Einstein.
Einstein the dog, excellent. I think that's a very good answer. You know, a dog is a man's best friend, that's true. But you're a close second, I know, Marty. You're probably even maybe a little bit above since you can talk, which is good. All right. So we got our 2 test questions there. 2 more questions, ladies. So this one, you gotta put your thinking cap on a little bit here. So if your partner had a secret lair that had a secret vault in it, what would be the first thing that they would put in that secret vault? What would they put in that secret vault? All right, Marty, you're up.
Probably the flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor, good answer, good answer. This is true, because that's one of his greatest inventions of all time, right? I mean, time travel would not be possible without that. Keep that thing nice and secure, right? All right, so Linda, if Bob had a secret lair with a secret vault, what would be the first item that he put inside?
His burger recipes.
Burger recipes, definitely. You don't want anyone to get their hands on those, because that could mean your livelihood. You could, you get your TGI Fridays, gets their hands on the recipe, it's all over, right?
No, Bobby would win.
Definitely, Bobby would definitely win. All right, we'll squeeze down here, back to Michonne. I know there's probably not a lot of opportunities for vaults, but I know you guys have had your share of secret layers. So we'll see here. What do you think that Rick would say if he had a secret lair with a secret vault that would be the first thing he would put inside?
Chili Mac.
Chili Mac. Wow, you guys are hard for food sometimes, so that's a good answer. Chili Mac, is that his favorite?
It was, and when we dropped down in the ceiling of the roof, we found some, and we had a good time with it.
Fantastic, Chili Mac, Chili Mac. All right, this is going to be the last question up for the ladies. Then we'll bring your partners back out here. So this one, it's a little bit more of an open one. What is a special memory of you and your partner that you know your partner will never forget? Something that happened between you two, or a special moment you guys have together that he'll never forget?
The first time we got it on.
Oh, good answer. Michonne says the first time they got it on. Season, episode, great one. All right, Linda, you are up.
Our wedding day.
Ah, yes. That's a cherished moment for any married couple. Absolutely. Could have been the birth of one of your...
Marty says the first time that Doc saw that Marty was from the future back in 1955. You guys had their first encounter in 1955.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We have brought the dynamic duos, their partners, back on stage. So now is the point of the show where the men are going to try to match the questions that you all heard the ladies answer. All right, all right. So we're going to start with Doc. You guys have an opportunity to rack up some points here. So each question is going to be worth 5 points. That's right, in this round. So, hi Doc, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Everything was fine back there? You guys didn't hear anything, did you? No? You guys all right? All right. Hopefully Paul was singing to you or something to stop you from being able to hear. So while you guys were gone, we asked your partners, your dynamic duos, some questions. So firstly, Doc, we asked Marty, what do you think is Marty's most irritating habit? What do you think she said you would say is Marty's most irritating habit?
I'm thinking.
All right, he has a big brain, ladies and gentlemen. This is very true. Big brain, lots of ideas floating around.
Marty's most irritating habit?
What would you say, what would she say that you would say is Marty's most irritating habit?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. There's got to be something in all of your travels together that Marty has done repeatedly that kind of just bugs you.
Let's talk about gravity. Heavy. What's this heavy talk?
Okay, so always getting too heavy with the talk. Like there was always some sort of catastrophe that needs to be solved. A lot of teen angst, maybe. A lot of teen angst. You guys probably have the biggest age separation between any of our duos today. So it's like, millennials, dealing with that, right? All right, let's see what Marty said. Ooh, that you are always late, or she is always late. That Marty is always late, and that would definitely upset you, right?
That's right.
All right, well, you'll get the next one, all right? We're going to move down the line here. All right, Bob, I know this is going to be a tough one to answer because you could be in the doghouse afterwards. Married couples, I know how it is. But what would Linda say that you would say is her most irritating habit?
I gotta say singing.
Singing! Oh, and Linda answered singing. That's right. Very good, Bob. Very good. It seems like you guys know each other very well, as you should, being both husband and wife and business owners together. Very important stuff. All right, down here at the end with Rick. Rick. So I know there's a lot of mayhem that happens when you're out, but we asked Michonne while you were gone what she would say that you think is her most irritating habit.
Leaving.
Going off on her own. Ooh, let's see what Michonne said. She said protecting him, so going out in front and protecting you, which does get under your skin. Leaving, though, is definitely one of those big ones. So we're going to go back down. We're going to start with Linda this time. How about that? All right, Bob, so while you guys were gone, we asked Linda the second question here. In your universe, besides Linda, your wife, who is the closest to you? So another friend or someone that's close to you.
I gotta say Teddy.
Teddy, let's see what she said. She said Teddy. Absolutely. Someone that eats in your restaurant every day, I think, is probably a smart choice. Exactly. So we're gonna bring it back down here to Rick. All right, so we asked Michonne while you were gone, in your universe, other than yourself, who would she say you are closest to?
Carl.
Let me see Carl! All right, Michonne said Carl. Yes, your son, I would think, is definitely a good answer. There's a lot of other friends you've made, you've lost, but I think he's stood by you so far, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good job, you guys, and 5 points for them. All right, Doc. While you were gone, we asked Marty, other than Marty, in your universe, who did Marty think you would say you are closest to?
Who was Marty closest to?
Who are you closest to? Yeah, who would Marty say that Doc is closest to?
Einstein.
Einstein the dog. Let's see it. Yes, Marty answered Einstein the dog. Very good, Doc. Absolutely. I know. You're saying he went back in time. This is really the future him who knows the answers. That didn't happen, all right? I'm a time traveler too, and I made sure there's none of that happening. Just to keep it all fair. All right, so now we're going to start with these guys, Michonne and Rick, down at the end. All right. So Rick, when you were gone, we asked Michonne if, in your universe, in your world, if you had a secret lair that had a secret vault, what would be the first thing that you would put inside?
Guns.
Guns. Let me see guns. Chili Mac. Is that your favorite food?
Absolutely.
It's hard to come by, though, so if you did find some, maybe it's such a rarity, you didn't think that could even be a possibility. I think they do have some chili mac somewhere around here. You should check it out. All right, so we have... Okay. So, Doc, if you had a secret lair with a secret vault, what would be the first item that you put inside?
Well, I would put the DeLorean with the flux capacitor.
That's a big vault. Let's see what the judges say. Yes, she said flux capacitor, and that is in the DeLorean. So technically, I think that we would count. That's another 5 points for Doc and Marty. All right. So, Bob, we asked Linda while you were gone, if you had a secret vault in your secret lair, what would be the first thing that you would put in that secret vault?
I'm very attached to my spatula.
His burger flippin' spatula. Let's see it. Linda says his burger recipes. Oh, Bob, what happened there?
She's more attached to the burger recipes than I am.
Don't you just every day have a new one, though? You need a really big vault for that. That's like index card after index card. What's today's burger, by the way? You don't have one? That's all right. You don't have a C2E2 themed one? That's a good day's off for good. Everybody needs a day off on vacation. All right, so now we're down to the last question. Question 4. A special memory that you have of you and Marty. All right, what would Marty say that you would say is a special memory that you will never forget of the two of you?
Give me a minute.
Okay. There's a lot of memories. When you time travel, especially, things can get turned around and backwards. 3 movies. This is true. This is true. Try a TV series with 8 seasons. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of memories. All right, Doc, you're almost out of time.
The enchantment under the sea dance where Marty gets his parents to meet.
Okay, so Doc says the enchantment under the sea dance in 1955. Let's see what Marty said. Marty said the first time that Doc saw Marty and realized Marty was from the future. Close call, guys. All right, we're gonna go back down to Bob and Linda. Bob, we asked Linda while you were outside, what is a special memory that she says you will never forget? Special memory of the two of you guys. Gotta love that look.
I'm gonna say getting married.
Bob says the wedding day. Playing it safe, Bob. Absolutely. Good job. Bob and Linda. Exciting stuff, guys. Yes. She's like, I need the drink. All right, last but not least, Rick and Michonne. I know you guys have had a ton of memorable memories together. I mean, I can't forget even the one time I saw someone be decapitated, but that's like every day for you guys. So it's got to be something very special to stand out, a memory between you and Michonne. So I asked Michonne when you were gone, if there's a special memory that you will never forget of the two of you, what would you say?
Falling through the roof.
Falling through the roof. She said, getting it on. Oh yeah. Well, it's definitely a memorable one, but not quite the right answer. So after the first round, the score is Marty and Doc with 5, Linda and Bob with 15, and Rick and Michonne with 5. Oh, they got 10. 10, 15, and 5. But it's still anybody's game as we go into round 2. So we're going to have our lovely assistant Paul escort the ladies of half of the dynamic duo team into the back, so they will not be able to hear what their partners answer about them. I think I'm getting a cue from lovely assistant that the women are hidden, safely secure in the secret space containment field that we have backstage, where they won't be able to hear any of your answers, all right? So we're gonna start off down here with Doc. So, as you know, we asked the women some questions while you were gone, and these are totally different questions for you guys. And so you're answering questions as what you think your partner would answer, okay? So, who, Doc, would Marty say is your worst enemy? Who is your worst enemy? What would Marty say that your worst enemy is?
Biff.
Biff. That's your worst enemy? Marty's worst enemy. What would you, I'll give you another chance here. What would you say, what would you say that is your worst enemy?
It's my worst. Marty would say my worst friend is the Libyans.
The Libyans. Okay, excellent. Very scary stuff, by the way. All right, Bob. So who would Linda say is your worst enemy?
I'm gonna say my competitor across the street, Jimmy.
The restaurant across the street, good old Jimmy. What do they serve? They serve what?
Italian food.
You mean garbage. They serve garbage across the street. Don't eat there. Bad stuff. All right, Rick. Who do you think Michonne would say is your worst enemy? Negan. Of course, Negan. Of course. Very good answer. An easy one for Rick. In that universe, everything is your enemy, though. All right, second question. We're going to start this one with Bob. All right, Bob. If your partner could wear one piece of your outfit, all right, what would they choose? One piece of your outfit.
The apron, probably.
Bob's apron, the classic apron. Do you ever take it off, Bob? Yes. Every once in a while you gotta wash it, right? All right, we're going back down to you, Rick. What do you think Michonne would say if she could pick any piece of your outfit what would she choose?
Colt revolver.
The revolver. I think anybody would choose that. That's a beautiful, beautiful weapon, everybody. Very handy in an emergency. All right, back down to Doc here at the end. I know you guys have different taste and fashion sense because of the age difference and all of that, but you do have a very exciting outfit. So, Marty could wear any piece of your costume. What would it be?
My white suit.
Nuclear suit. The nuclear exposure suit. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. All right. So now we're going to start with Rick down here at the end for question number 3. So this is a multiple choice answer. So if we asked Michonne, would she say that you have the most of? What would she say that you have the most of? A sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense? Sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense? What would Michonne say that you have the most of?
Common sense.
Common sense, common sense. You got to in order to be the leader like Rick, right? Common sense is definitely one of those things. All right, Bob. Well, we'll end with you, Bob. We'll let you stew while we go down here to Doc. All right, Doc. What would Marty say that you have the most of? A sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or a common sense?
Sense of adventure.
Ah, yes, sense of adventure. Time traveling is definitely an adventurous type of activity. I think that's a very good answer. We'll see what she says when she comes back. And of course, Bob, what do you think Linda would say that you have the most of? A sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense?
I think we all love our sense of humor.
Ah, sense of humor, good answer, good answer. All right, so now we got the last question for you guys. Going back down here to Doc. All right. If you and your partner were going to a barbecue, what would your partner bring to a barbecue? And it could be anything. Doesn't necessarily need to be food.
Bring anything?
Anything that you think that she would bring, that Marty would bring to a barbecue.
Life preserver vest.
Ah, life vest, life vest, life vest. You never know, those barbecues can be very dangerous. You can drown in the pool of barbecue sauce. That happens to the best of us. All right, going down here to Bob. Bob. I know you know a thing or two about cooking, and sometimes they do, barbecuing. What would you say if you and your partner were going to a barbecue? What would you say that Linda would bring?
Well, Linda brings?
Yeah, what would Linda bring to the barbecue?
Linda brings wine. She likes the wine.
All right, she would bring wine to the barbecue. All right. And last but not least, we got Rick here. All right, Rick, I know there's not a lot of time for that sort of thing out in the zombie apocalypse. However, if you and Michonne were going to a barbecue, what do you think Michonne would say that she would bring?
Beer.
Beer. All right. Good answers. All right, and is that going to be allowed, Angelique? Can you swap answers? We'll allow it. All right, we're going to switch answers. So, what would you bring to the barbecue?
Marty would bring a skateboard.
Skateboard. All right, bring the skateboard to the barbecue. Good answer. All right. So we're going to bring out the ladies and see if they can match your answers. Welcome back to the stage, ladies. This is an exciting chance for you guys to gain more points as you match the questions, the answers that your partners, your duo, have answered about you. All right, so when you were gone, Marty, we asked Doc some questions about you. So you're going to try to answer those questions now. Each one is worth 10 points, double the points in round 2. 10 points. So it's anybody's game still, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Marty, we asked Doc, who would you say is Doc's worst enemy? Who is Doc's worst enemy?
Oh, what's his name? No, I know. Buford Tannen?
Buford Tannen. Let's see what he said. He said the Libyans. Very good. You don't know too much about politics though, right?
Yeah.
You just watched him die. But then he didn't, though. So how does that work? If he didn't, then he didn't, and then did you have a memory of him dying still? I don't know. Time travel's hard and confusing. All right, Linda. We asked Bob, while you were gone, who would you say that Bob is Bob's worst enemy?
Jimmy Pesto.
Jimmy Pesto from across the street. Jimmy's Restaurant. That counts, that counts. We're giving it to you. It was the restaurateur from across the street. Good job, Linda. You know your husband very well. All right, Michonne. I know that it's a dangerous world that you live in, and there's many, many enemies out there. But we asked Rick, when you were gone, who would you say is Rick's worst enemy?
As of right now, I would say Negan.
Let's say he said Negan. All right, good job, Michonne. It's definitely one bad guy. Exactly. I was going to bring on as a couple Negan and Lucille, but I don't think Lucille has much to say, unfortunately. But that would have been funny. All right. Good answers, guys. So we got 10 points down there and 10 points here. All right. So we're next up is Linda again here. We're gonna go to you for the second question. All right. While you were gone, we asked Bob if you could borrow any part of Bob's outfit. Any part of Bob's outfit, what would you choose to wear?
His apron?
Let's see what Bob said. Apron it is. Good job, the mustache. Can you take that off? I don't know. Good job, Linda. Good job, Linda. All right, back down here to Michonne and Rick. All right, we asked Rick while you were gone if you could pick anything from Rick's outfit, what would you choose?
His Colt Python.
Colt Python, his revolver. Yes, indeed. Good job. Good job. That is a very sexy gun. Very efficient as well. All right, back down here to Doc and Marty. All right, Marty, when you were gone, we asked Doc if you could choose one piece of Doc's outfit to wear, what would you choose?
Probably the plutonium suit.
The plutonium suit. Let's see what he said. The suit. Great Scott is right. Good job, guys. Good job. Good answer. Good match. All right, so it's still anybody's game here. We're going down to the next question. Back down here to Rick and Michonne, down to the end, for question number 3. This one was a multiple choice question. And while you were gone, Michonne, we asked Rick, what would you say that Rick has the most of? A sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense?
A sense of adventure.
Let's see, sense of adventure. Common sense is what Rick said. That's all right. You know, you gotta have a little bit of that when you're out there. All right, Linda. I love your excitement. It's very good. When we had you backstage, we asked Bob what you would say that you thought Bob has the most of. Is it a sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense?
Common sense, Bryce.
Common sense, let's see. Bob said sense of humor. I know sense of humor does run in the family, but Linda, you're the funny one, and he's the common sense one, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, it's all right, guys. That's all right. All right, Doc, Marty? Marty, when we had you gone, we asked Doc the same question. What do you think that Doc has the most of? Is it a sense of adventure, a sense of humor, or common sense?
Adventure.
Sense of adventure. Let's see what he says. Sense of adventure. That's a match. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, we are down to our last question as the score currently stands. Doc and Marty have 30. Bob and Linda have 35. So 30, 35, and Rick and Michonne have 25. So this next one could tie it up. All right, still, you guys are still in the game. Back to you guys. All right. We asked Doc, while you were gone, if you and your partner, if you and Doc were going to a barbecue, what would you, Marty, bring to the barbecue? It doesn't have to be food, it could be anything. Anything that you would bring to the barbecue.
It doesn't have to be food.
Anything that you would bring to a barbecue.
The DeLorean.
Let's see what Doc says. And Doc said your skateboard. Skateboard. Could have went hoverboard, but he went skateboard, which is, I like that. You don't want to get too crazy at a barbecue. All right, next up, Bob and Linda. Bob. When, Linda, when we had you outside, we asked Bob if you and Bob were going to a barbecue. What did Bob say that you, Linda, would bring? Burger seems like the obvious answer. He says wine, that you can't go anywhere without wine. That's right, and Linda is hiding. She has disappeared under the table. Yes, indeed. Wine is good to bring any occasion, though, I say. But you would think they would bring some burgers to the barbecue, but the host probably has that covered, right? Why not? Down here, back to Rick Michonne for the last question. All right. You guys could tie it up right now with your answer if you match. All right, Michonne, while you were gone, we asked Rick, if you and Rick went to a barbecue, what did Rick say that you would bring?
Our weapons.
Weapons to the barbecue. Rick says beer. Rick. Always looking for the beer. All right, guys, that means that our big winners are... Oh, Linda and Bob, take the game. Good job and congratulations to Linda and Bob. Give everybody, though, a big round of applause for playing. Rick Michonne, you guys are awesome. Doc, Marty, you guys are awesome for competing. We're going to get a quick picture of you guys up here. Oh, yeah, I'll go behind it, just for the commemorative sake. Trying to get everybody in here. So here are our prizes right here for the winning couple. A set from the Dynamic Duo game, our best Dynamic Duo of Batman and Robin figures for the winning duo. Congratulations, you guys, and you can put those up on the shelf like a big trophy for you guys right there in the restaurant. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for the next panel coming up soon here at Cosplay Central Stage. Thank you very much.